audience members and 2 over the phone. Why Jean-Antoine Watteau was the most important artist of the Rococo era. From its dramatic style of curves, pastels, and elegance, the Rococo style represents the liveliness of that era of France. From its paintings to its architecture, this style spread throughout the country. Such an impact wouldn't have been sealed without the work of Jean-Antoine Watteau. I've always had a fascination for Rococo era, spending countless hours trying to replicate the style and studying various artists. I've done extensive research across credible sources on the era. Through my research, I concluded that Jean-Antoine Watteau was the most important artist of the Rococo era. To preview my main points, I'll first discuss the details of Rococo itself, then Jean-Antoine Watteau's career and how he shaped Rococo, and then his influence over Rococo movement compared to other artists of the time and influence on people today. Let's first explore what the Rococo style actually is. Rococo began in the 1730s and was known as the Rocaille style. Rocaille reached its peak when Rococo began. It featured soft, warm pastel colors that were often directed at the subject of the painting, giving them a buoyant and often feminine look. It used organic shapes inspired by ocean and leaf motifs, and often depicted whimsical scenes of Greek mythology. Kelly Richmond, art historian and contributing writer to My Modernette, states the style to have a refined yet juvenile subject matter. Watteau's painting, titled The Love Song, 1707, perfectly encapsulates this statement, as it features 2 pastel-painted lovers sitting in a garden while one plays a string instrument and the other plays sheet music. Antoine was often named the father of Rococo, and he was heavily inspired by Claude Gilliat, who he was an apprentice under in his early days of painting. He took many elements of Gilliat's works and exaggerating them, bringing his paintings to life with movement and color. This was the formula for Rococo, which would soon become the Rococo era. Jean-Antoine's career in shaping of Rococo. As Watteau's career grew in fame, so does its influence. Though his career was brief, his whimsical use of colors and ideas inspired many and was of high demand. He inspired Jean-Honoré Fragonard, one of the most well-known Rococo artists today, with his most notable painting being titled The Swing, and is arguably the most well-known Rococo painting today. Watteau's style spread throughout France, and his finite number of paintings he did in his last years of career and life only increased demand. Even the mistress of King Louis XV commissioned Watteau. Even after death, many recognized his contribution to Rococo. In the article titled Antoine Watteau by Britannica, critics stated that he infected dwellings of his time with bad taste. And though this comment was negative, it displayed that even critics could acknowledge his influence. Many works were published on Watteau, such as Flapse de Watteau by Concourt Brothers in 1856. There are many important artists of the Rococo era, but none as influential as Watteau. The most well-known Rococo artist, Francois Bossuet, used and cited the works of Watteau for publication. Another artist named Nicolas Langret was inspired by Watteau's work and was even described as a rival. Watteau was a Rubinist artist, which was in correlation to Rococo, and was any artist who favored color over design. Out of all Rubinist artists, Watteau was described as the greatest. Watteau's inspiration from Watteau doesn't just stop at the Rococo era. Many artists today are inspired by his work, and all across the internet you'll find people discussing his career in pieces. In the video by National Gallery titled Jean-Antoine Watteau's Scale of Love Painted Lovers, his painting is being discussed by Frances Cooper, who states that I love this painting because I think Watteau is a genius with textures. In another video titled Pilgrimage to Cythera by Smart History, Watteau's painting is being discussed by members of the channel and praised for its many layers of themes. Such a movement wouldn't have been possible without the work and influence of Jean-Antoine Watteau. In his short life and career, he managed to shift an entire era, guiding and providing a blueprint for all of Rococo. That's it.
Great job. Okay.